I had followed Simon Ekpa on social media for many years before he declared for Biafra in 2019, after the Supreme Court declaration of Muhammadu Buhari as the duly elected president of Nigeria against Atiku Abubakar. Ekpa was well articulated. If you have followed Simon Ekpa in those days, you will notice that Ekpa is not a clown as he is playing right now concerning Biafra issues. Ekpa brings a powerful argument. Ekpa brings good criticism, and even without coming close to him, you will declare that he is wise and intelligent just by reading his arguments on Facebook. If not that he deleted the Facebook pages he used to support all PDP presidential candidates, you would have understood exactly what I am talking about. The question one might ask is this: how did Simon Ekpa become someone who promised people that he would gift them Biafra in 150 days? How did he become someone who would promise the people that he would stay in Finland and declare Biafra on December 2nd, 2024? And it will hold. How did he turn into a clown who will dance clownishly on camera lying up and down? How did he transform into this personality? What happened to his former self? That person who used a few witty posts on Facebook to put holes in the Buhari government, forming one of the PDP's major online attack dogs, suddenly became a clown saying ridiculous things to gullible people. The answer is simple. He is acting a script. He is a great actor, and he can play numerous roles. He was a contractor who was desperate to succeed, and his desperation has put lots of people down. His job is not an easy one, and he is unleashing different methods at every interval. At first, Ekpa's goal was to take over the leadership of the struggle. That's why Obasanjo and Osibanjo were contracted to pronounce that Ekpa is more dangerous than Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That was a man who first mentioned Biafra in December 2019, being said to be more dangerous than Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is a leader of more than 50 million people. The fact that these people said this in 2021, just a year after the guy started mentioning Biafra, makes it more funnier. Did he become dangerous when he was eating yam in Germany with Ekweremadu, or when he was defending Atiku? The Nigerian media started publishing news that described him as an IPOB leader. The game was simple. Help him take over so that from within he can crash the entire struggle, but he failed. Then he started another phase: divide the struggle and destroy IPOB leadership. He carried out a vote of no confidence against a group he wasn't part of. He said he would be the end of IPOB, and some fools then were hailing him. How can you say you love MNK and yet gear someone saying he will destroy IPOB on? If IPOB is destroyed, have MNK not been destroyed? But in this, he also failed. So many people who cheered him are on the sideline with their faces bowed in shame. Another face was to lure IPOB into terrorism. He proclaimed that if IPOB leadership doesn't want to be called terrorists, they should step down. Some fools argued that even Nelson Mandela was called a terrorist, but they forgot that Nelson Mandela was called a terrorist without committing any single terrorist action. No freedom movement that turned on his people will survive. When IPOB leadership refused the blackmail, and IPOB media started pushing a campaign that Ekpa was a terrorist, he quickly posted on his verified X account that he was not a terrorist. How can a man who doesn't want to be addressed as a terrorist ask that IPOB leadership should be ready to be called a terrorist or step down? Does this appear to you like a man who doesn't know what he is doing? The next move was criminalism. They have claimed to have taken over ESN. This claim was made so that any crime they commit will be reported as carried out by ESN IPOB. Every of their crime was reported as done by IPOB. IPOB started countering the lies. It wasn't easy. In truth, they don't even know what ESN were made of. The new game on board now is to ridicule IPOB and engage our people in psychological warfare. Keep promising them Biafra and crashing their hope until they become disinterested and angrily go home. This is why IPOB must keep educating our people so that they know that nothing will happen on 2nd December. Don't say you know it is not happening. There are many ignorant people in the villages, and they are his target. When these people become disinterested, they will be weaponized and used against you. This is why you must keep on your grassroots evangelism. You must revitalize your channel of information distribution at ground zero. They are their target. I have refused to agree with those who say that Ekpa is not intelligent. When the history of the restoration of Biafra is told, Ekpa will stand as the greatest tool the Nigerian government used to try to destroy the restoration of Biafra. This post will not make sense to some people today, but I implore you to revisit this post in the next 5 years. Before then, every truth must have laid bare. Elochukwu Ohagi, philosopher, teacher and activist. Stay tuned for more updates.